Comfort feels like a reward, but it can be a silent trap. That comfortable spot you found, it might be slowly suffocating your growth. We often settle for good enough, believing it keeps us safe. But true strength doesn't emerge from ease. How do we build a life truly resistant to disruption? What kind of foundation supports us when the ground shifts? We'll explore why embracing calculated risks can build a stronger, more resilient self. I'm holding back one crucial insight for the very end. It reveals why a life that feels good enough is actually the most dangerous place to be.
The intentional edge.
When does comfort become a cage? A life merely good enough is often a subtle trap. Real growth often demands we create our own pressure. We choose necessary discomfort. This is how deep resilience gets built. One entrepreneur described it as falling into massive holes. Then you climb out. Each time, you find more stable footing. You learn what it takes to not fall quite so low again. Consider the aspiring writer. They commit to a public reading of their manuscript months away. They invite friends. This public declaration creates an inescapable deadline. Blank pages carry weight. Fear of embarrassment, desire to deliver, pushes them to write. It's a self-inflicted deadline.
This commitment builds discipline. It teaches them to perform under pressure. Picture someone buying an office building. They chose one barely affordable. This was a deliberate move. This created immediate demand for growth. Rent became a relentless, silent partner. It forced new sales. It pushed innovation. There was no comfortable middle ground. Imagine you commit to a challenging goal. Sign up for an expensive photography workshop. The credit card statement arrives monthly. That financial commitment acts like a steady nudge. It makes you pick up the camera, master new techniques, and show up. We mistake ease for progress, but true expansion often happens when we intentionally step into a space of heightened demand. We set a challenge. We put something vital on the line. But how do you know which pressure is productive?
The hidden current. Truly significant achievements rarely feel instant. Most big leaps are not sudden. They build from unseen momentum. This momentum often takes years to truly form. Think about that new energy drink dominating the market shelves. Its founders toiled for years in obscurity. They planted countless seeds for future growth. They perfected their formulas with relentless iteration. They built crucial relationships in quiet back rooms and small meetings. No one else noticed their efforts for a long, long time. Now, outsiders often see it as an overnight success, born from a flash of genius. It's like embarking on the renovation of an old, neglected house. You might only ever see the beautiful, finished product on a home improvement show. But the reality involves months, maybe even years, of dusty, unseen labor. Beneath the fresh paint and gleaming floors, there's painstaking structural repair. There's new plumbing snaked through old, decaying walls. Entire electrical systems are meticulously updated. These are the grimy, unglamorous hours. They are filled with unexpected challenges. They demand constant problem solving. This isn't just surface work. It's about getting the deep foundations right. Yet, all this unseen effort lays the absolute foundation. It creates the deep integrity that makes the final beauty and stability possible.
The critical work happens invisibly, beneath the surface. True progress is unfolding, even when you can't immediately perceive it. That feeling of being stuck is often a crucial indicator of precisely this kind of deep foundational work. It's the discomfort of the messy middle. It's the relentless grind when progress seems stalled. Discomfort during this long stretch often sparks your greatest shifts. To reach your highest potential, you must actively seek out demanding situations. Lean into the pressure. Accept the daily, repetitive effort. Make those difficult decisions today. Their full impact might not show for 6 months, or even 6 years down the line. These are quiet, unrelentless execution. They involve constant, minute adjustments. It is deeply unglamorous effort. This unseen propulsion builds over time. It creates an undeniable, unstoppable force. But what happens when you are the only one pushing forward? The Solo Ascent. That hidden current, the one carrying us, eventually thins out. Suddenly, the path ahead lacks familiar signs. We arrive at a point where external maps simply stop being useful. This is where a choice emerges, clear and sharp. You can endure the quiet ache of a life not truly yours, or you can embrace the sting of building, something that demands every ounce of your own ingenuity. Think of a student, maybe a college sophomore. Their grades just average. They spot a gap in the market, a solution no one has built yet. Their professors offer general academic advice. Established companies follow old playbooks. This student can't ask for a blueprint. They have to invent it. It's like an inventor in their garage, surrounded by parts, no manual in sight. Imagine this inventor late at night, the hum of the old fluorescent light the only sound. They're not just missing an instruction book. They're facing a pile of components, wires, circuit boards, custom machined metal, and a mountain of unknowns. Each morning brings a fresh start, but also the memory of yesterday's failures. They might spend hours soldering connections, only for the device to spark and die. The problem isn't a lack of effort. It's the absence of any prior art, any established wisdom to lean on. There is no internet forum for this specific nascent technology. No senior engineer has paved this exact way. They are charting uncharted territory. The closest thing to a guide is their own evolving intuition. They have to trust a gut feeling, a deep-seated belief that a solution exists, even when every physical attempt falls short. They might sketch out a new schematic on a napkin, then try to translate that rough drawing into a tangible object, knowing it might also fail. This isn't just about problem solving, it's about pioneering. Every connection is a guess. Every circuit is a leap of faith. The instruction book simply does not exist for what they are creating. It takes a unique kind of internal drive to keep pushing when no one else sees the vision. But what happens when that vision demands more than just personal grit? The Unbreakable Grove. We often talk about building inner strength. That personal fortitude is vital. It helps us stand firm. But lasting resilience, in business or in life, asks for a wider network. We need to build a system that won't crumble if one part falters. Take a company like Bloom. They aimed for rapid expansion. Their founder made a daring move. He leased 3 new offices, each more costly than the last. The company could barely afford them. This wasn't careless. It was a deliberate gamble. That financial squeeze forced everyone to innovate. It created external pressure. They had to find new ways to thrive. Failure simply wasn't an option. What happens when you are that single supporting element? You might pour everything into a big presentation. You live and breathe that pitch. Then it's over. The adrenaline drains away. You feel completely spent. An emptiness settles in. This isn't just about work tactics. It's about your own lasting health. If your whole balance depends on one result, one big moment, your setup is fragile. Think about a city's water system. One broken pipe can stop everything. A well-designed system has backup lines. It draws from many sources. It reroutes water automatically. Your personal energy needs this same kind of setup. It's not just your job.
It's your hobbies, your friendships, your quiet time. These are your extra channels. They keep things flowing when one path gets blocked. So how do we build this inner network? How do we make sure our deepest strengths aren't just a single road to burnout? What appears when we look past the things we usually rely on? So how do we build a life truly resistant to disruption? It's not by chasing endless comfort. Comfort often feels like a reward, but it can be a silent trap. It softens our edges and dims our inner strength. Instead, we cultivate an unshakable core. We do this by leaning into challenge. We choose growth over ease. This isn't about seeking hardship for its own sake. It's about intentionally forging our own path. We build a robust inner framework, piece by piece. We become like a thriving ecosystem. It has a deep, interconnected root system. It's able to weather any storm. This deliberate self-reliance lets us bend without breaking. We draw strength from within. If this perspective resonates with you, the full conversation that inspired these thoughts is called Become Unbreakable. It's from Greg Levia. You can easily find it there.